did you have in mind? No, I've never been to Guadalajara. Let me call you back, though, okay? Because I have to shoot a video. Okay, bye. Hi, I'm Sam Grobart, personal technology editor for the New York Times. I was just making a phone call on my iPhone in a Midtown Manhattan office building, which, if you know anything about Midtown Manhattan office buildings and iPhones, is kind of a crazy thing, since AT&T's iPhone hasn't always worked so well in these places. Of course, this is a Verizon iPhone. And while testing it here in the cushy offices of the New York Times is one thing, I wanted to take it out into the wild and see how this phone performed in all corners of New York City. This is what I found. First stop, the Bronx, where, atop a cozy parking facility near Yankee Stadium, both phones actually perform perfectly fine. They each were able to place and receive phone calls, and they were only about a second apart in downloading data from the internet. Next up, Queens, where the degree of difficulty would be a little bit higher, as I descended into an underground Chinese food hall, where AT&T's phone couldn't get a signal, but Verizon's phone pulled through, able to place and receive calls and download data. From there, we moved to the snowy shores of Coney Island, which, by the way, if you haven't been there this time of year, it's really lovely. You should go check it out. Here, there was a bit of a surprise, actually. Both AT&T and Verizon were able to place and receive calls, but it was AT&T's data network that was twice as fast. After all these outdoor shoots in the freezing rain and sleet, it seemed time to move somewhere a little cozier. Inside Steiny's Bar, near the Staten Island Ferry Terminal, once again Verizon took the lead, placing and receiving calls with aplomb and downloading data when AT&T's couldn't get a signal. Obviously, this wasn't a very scientific test. However, I think the results are fairly conclusive that Verizon's iPhone, at least in and around New York City, consistently perform better than AT&T's iPhone. Of course, the question remains, will Verizon's iPhone continue to perform so well when there are, say, hundreds of thousands of iPhones on its network? We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, excuse me, I'm actually getting another call. This is exciting. Hello, Raul.